Hello, today we're going to look at factoring. So I have an example set up here where I want to factor 10x squared plus 5x. So what you want to do is look at each of the terms and find the greatest common factor. So I look at the 10 and the 5, and the greatest common factor is 5 itself. Then I look at the x squared and the x, and the most that they have in common is 1x. So 5x is my greatest common factor. Now what I have to do is fill in some brackets here and ask myself, 5x times what gives me 10x squared? The answer is 2x. So this would give me my first term, 10x squared. Now I got to go 5x times what would give me positive 5x? Well, just times positive 1, because I got everything I need right here with 5x. And there it is. We've changed the form of this polynomial, so it's now in a factored form. So we're going to move on to the next example. We're going to try to factor 6x cubed y cubed plus 9xy squared minus 18xy. Looks quite a bit more complicated, but we're just going to go about it step by step. So I look at the numbers. There's a 6, a 9, and an 18. And the greatest common factor that these three numbers have is 3. Then I look at the x cubed, the x, and the x. And the most that they have in common is just 1x. Then I look at y cubed, y squared, and y. And the most they have in common is just that single y. So there's my greatest common factor. Now all I got to do is fill in the brackets. So 3xy times, well, I got to make a 6. So I'll need a 2. And I need x cubed, so I have 1x. I'm going to times it by x squared. That would give me my 3x's. And the same thing is true of the y. I'm going to times y by y squared to give myself y cubed. So now I move on to the next one. I'm trying to make positive 9, and I have a 3. So I'm going to times that by 3. And I already have one of the x's, and there is only one x. But I only have one y, so I'm going to have to put in a y here. All right, and we're on to the last one. 3 times negative 6 would give me negative 18. Then I have the x, and I have the y. So I have everything I need, and that is factored. So I'm now moving on to my last example. Okay, and this one I'm going to try to factor. It looks like this. 32x to the 5 y cubed minus 16 x cubed y squared plus 8 x squared, y squared. So my greatest common factor, I have a 32 and a 16 and an 8. I think each number there is divisible by 8. Then I have x to the 5, x cubed, x squared. So I can take x squared out of each of those. Then I have y cubed, y squared, y squared. So I can take a y squared out of each term. Now I'm going to fill in the blanks. So to make 32, I need a 4. And I want 5 x's, but I only have 2. So I need 3. And I want 3 y's, but I only have 2, so I need 1 more. All right. On to my next term. So 8 times negative 2 makes negative 16. And I want x squared to turn into x cubed, so I need 1 more x. And then I got all the y's that I need, so that one's done. On to the last one. I already have 8, so that would just be a positive 1, but we usually don't write the 1. And then I need x squared, y squared. Well, that's what I already have, so got to put something there, so I'm just going to times that by 1. And there is my factored answer. So with that, I am done, and we'll see you later.